What's up, peeps? It's Kiki Tiki here, and we're back with our third session of Doki Doki Literature Club. I left off right after the first poem that you write when things go to shit. So, I'm better prepared for it now, for the however this game is taking, wherever this game is taking me. I'm in my PJs, I'm chillaxing, and let's get started. Let's just get started. Actually, I don't remember what I wrote for my last poem. Like, if I went, I don't think I appealed to anyone. I was just kind of just shocked. Did you see that just now? It says something like, don't forget to back up Monica's character? Or data file? What did it say? What did it say? Can I go back? Hold on. Let's try that again. Don't forget to back up Monica's character file. New game? Load game, this one. What? Does it mean like if I don't back up Monica's character file that it's gonna end up like Sayuri's right here? Whatever. Alright, let's see what happens after the first poem when Sayuri suddenly doesn't exist anymore. Alright. Hi again, Kiki. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Haha. Don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club, guys. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Kiki. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Okay, so, like, all these lines— Oh! Oh, come on! Like, he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take it seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Okay. I was just about to say that I don't— like, should I be reading this again? Because you heard me read this all before. It's the same lines, but Ghost Sayuri. Oh. Monica's in front of the— I can't read. Natsuki certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Okay, I don't know. Can you guys hear the music? Like, it goes minor. Sometimes it goes off key. And it's really bothering me. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. I'm sorry, Kiki. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Why does everything seem so sarcastic now? Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointing glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read? Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now. So it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. Wait, I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not like that, Yuri. I want to be part of this club. No, I don't, not anymore. So even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you want me to. Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president now. Oh! Yuri's the vice president now. That I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. Oh, the music keeps going off key! I didn't want you to feel left out. Also, is it just me? Or is like the room like spinning a little bit? Like, do you guys see this? Like, I don't know if it started out straight or not, but it seems like maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm getting paranoid now. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It was a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl being accidentally so cute? It's not cute anymore. Nothing is cute anymore. She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Whew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. See, now the classroom's back to normal. Like, you mean, in the warpiness. Is it moving? It only moves when people is in front of it. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monika to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Every time it goes black, I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I clapped a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. It's fine. Is this gonna be like the same flirtatious thing? If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Yeah, this is the same... dating... That's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them, liar. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. Am I supposed to be like... Oh, my heart's beating so fast. Am I supposed to be just trying to appeal to a girl again, like the same? I mean, something's obviously like wrong with the game now. Like, it's glitching on me. It's pop, like... Ugh. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's the point? What's the story about anyway? Well, I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. You know what? Is this like Portrait of Markov some sort of like hint of... Hold on. Portrait of Markov. It's a painting. It isn't... Okay, it's a painting. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. Am I back here? Oh. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Illuminati! Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. Okay, now everything she says is like really disturbing me now. And the people trapped there must have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. She didn't say that last time. She didn't say this last time. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... Oh, that might be a bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm really into it. You are demented. The book, I mean. Yeah, of course. Like, I hope. Not the thing about the limbs. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Okay, so the dialogue is slightly different now. It's just getting more and more dark. Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. What was that? Like, that was a giant foreshadow in the beginning, and it totally went whoosh over my head. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Kiki? I don't know. Am I a fan of it? I'm sort of a fan of it, but I still get really scared. No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kinds of stories, but... So don't worry. I hope so. Man, it's like she's talking to me. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. No, I remember. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just this kind of story... It's the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but Because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. Is that... That's like Sayuri written all over that right there. Then suddenly... I'm rambling, aren't I? What was that? What was that? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. You have many problems, girl. I have problems. This whole game has problems. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So, I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I'm talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I could do is listen. It's a literature club, after all. Well, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started on reading it, right? Yes! I mean, you don't have to, but... What are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I could feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not particularly a bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize she's not actually looking in her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was... Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Okay, this is not as cute as the first time. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm, on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page? Sorry. I think I got a little distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. If you're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turned it on my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Oh, my heart, guys. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. Oh, this is where I messed up. Oh, I didn't notice that her face changed. Now I'm just like noticing all these tiny things because my eyes are just darting all over the... No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Oh, this is different. Is it because she like spoiled it to me and the character like does things at the human experiment place and now she's like really doesn't want to... I was just thinking the way she second guesses things she says and all that. That's what you were talking about. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. What were you thinking about? Sorry, I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet, so I don't know why that came into my head. Yuri, are you feeling alright? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing? Yuri puts her hand on her chest, as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. There's something really weird about her smile. I don't like this. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Kiki? Did something happen just now? I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. Ah, so you don't know anything. Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? No, not really. I was just making sure you didn't do anything to her. What? Are you trying to cockblock me, or are you trying to push us together? I don't get it. No, nothing. Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we'd get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left it off in my book, then slip it back into my bag. So I can't even pick Yuri, even though she was like my second choice girl. I mean, I seriously messed up with Sardi somehow, so... Since I can't even pick Yuri, like... I like Monica because she's like the most normal person out of all of them. Well, Natsuki's just like the normal tsundere. But that's not really my type, so I'm gonna go with Monica. I should start with Monica. Yesterday she seemed eager to read my poem, and I want her to know I'm putting effort in. Hi, Kiki. Having a good time so far? Yeah. No. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Kiki. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Good job, Kiki. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. Okay, this seems like exactly the same as before. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Oh, I guess even when I was just like dilly-dallying, writing whatever, like it appeals to Yuri anyways. Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism, sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that it's a bad thing though, but sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. What? This is different. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. Okay. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. Like earlier, I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Oh, is that why she, like, wandered off? Suddenly, the door opens. Yuri! I'm back. Did I miss anything? Well, I wanted to show you my poem first, but you left, so... Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other. Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you took all the time you needed. Alright. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should go get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always have to feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Oh, it's the same poems. Hole in wall, but he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at my surroundings, but my burned eyes can no longer see color. Oh wait, no, it's slightly different. The title is the same. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ears? The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Speaking of which, I never learned about what this was about the last time. I guess I didn't get better friends enough with people for her to open up to me. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a certain point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. Yeah, that's the same. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Should I share with Yuri now, or is she just gonna get overindulged and withdraw again? What did Monica say about this? She said she may not be used to it, but she said it seems like she may have given up on people, that she's not used to people being nice to her, so should I be nice to her? Anyway, why am I learning all about this stuff about Yuri now? Like, how come now she, like, has these episodes of withdrawal, whereas before she didn't? Whatever, I'll just show it to Yuri. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Oh, maybe she does like this. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicate you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger through the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her trains of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. Alright, so all of this seems to be about the same as before. Like, this is not slightly different than Monica's. It might take you some time, but in all things, practice, learning, example, and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki, oh, maybe this is different. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be literature club? Yeah, isn't this supposed to be literature club? Why is there like messed up shit and depressing things? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Oh, this one's the same. This one's the same. I'm sorry to have such terrible handwriting. I'm actually used to it by now, but it is nice handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting's pretty. That's a relief. Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all, Kiki. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the ghost of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Kiki. Okay, so this entire exchange was the same. Okay, Natsuki's the last, as usual. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt, again. Well, excuse me, it's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions. So basically it's not cute enough for your taste? Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Okay, so far, like, Natsuki's the only one that doesn't have any, like, mystery surrounding her. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. So this is exactly the same. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. Okay, yeah, so Natsuki is the only one that doesn't have, like, I haven't figured her out yet. Like, so far, she's just, like, a tsundere character, doesn't like to admit that she likes me, I guess. And then she's hiding the fact that she's really into manga, but it's not really hidden because everyone knows about it. And I'm guessing she just goes into the closet to read manga while everyone else is reading other things. Yep, this is all the same. Like I said it for a rhyme at the end, but then I made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Phew. I guess that's everyone, except Sayuri. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. Yeah. Uh-huh. It's as if... Oh, the sound. Oh, the sound. Oh god, oh god. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monika is writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. Everything's scaring me. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration, meanwhile Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Are they gonna have the same fight? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean to say you had to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Okay, yeah, this is the same. They're just gonna fight about which is the better way to write, like, straightforward or fancy language, metaphors. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Kiki appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one who boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Kiki started showing up. Oh god, Sayuri is the one who, like, silences this fight. Like, who's gonna show up this time? Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. Taking out your own insecurities and others like that. You're really... Oh god! Stop! Wait, do I have to keep going? You really act as young as you look, Natsuki. Me? Look who's talking. You want to be edgy, bitch? Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend. See? Just saying that proves my point. Middle school people... What? Most people need to get over this once after they graduate middle school, you know? If you want to prove yourself and stop harassing others with your sickening attitude, you think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? The only thing you can... Okay. Why is the game doing this? Oh, you just accused me of cutting myself? What? What is this cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let Kiki hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly, Yuri leans towards me as she knows I was standing here. Kiki, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. Whoa. I had to pick one? Yuri. I pick Yuri. I said Yuri. Oh my god! No, stop it! What the hell? What? I had to... Huh? What? Hey Kiki? Why don't we step outside for a little bit? What? Why is she... Okay? Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Some president I am, right? I can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, I was totally reading her in Yuri's voice back. If this makes you feel like you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Oh, did I just unlock Monika? Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. Oh, she's crying! She quickly runs away. Oh! Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. Yuri is rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did. Kiki, please don't hate me. Please? I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Or not. Completely. Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monika. You can go first, Monika. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. It kind of sounds like you don't want me to be around for something, Yuri. I think she wants to talk to me. It's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Kiki. It would be embarrassing with you listening. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble. Oh! I just go straight into writing the poem now? Okay. So, should I be appealing to Yuri or Natsuki? Like, Yuri's being kind of weird this time. Like, she's not the enduring girl that I initially had a liking for at the beginning. I don't know what she's doing now. Natsuki, on the other hand, I kind of feel bad for her. Like, maybe I'll appeal to Natsuki. Like, no one was giving her a break, and she cried today. Yeah, I'm gonna appeal to Natsuki. Okay, so that means I had to pick all the cute stuff. Parfaits are cute. Yeah. Imagination. Ah, crap, that was a Yuri one. Oh, it's okay. I like both, but I mean, I'm gonna try for Natsuki right now. Bubbles. Adventure. Hair. I love hair. Waterfall. Marshmallow. Ocean. Flying. Okay, I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty well, guys. Like, you can see, let me move this. Let me move that. You can see that the stickers are jumping up. Rainbow. Friends. Suicide. Oh. Daydream. Bunny. Sing. I feel like this one's just way too obvious. Promise. Fluffy. No, feather. Music. I still don't know what effulgent means. I should look it up. Vacation. I love vacations. Cloud. No, philosophy. No, cloud. Because I'm going for Natsuki. Sweets. Oh my god. What? Oh god. Okay. I'm gonna stop this for now. I'll take a break and then I'll be right back. Yeah. On to the next part, guys.